If you're looking for any classic vehicle, there is no other place to stop than Velocity. The way they walked me through the process, the after delivery support I've received, do I have any questions, what's your feedback, tell us how you're enjoying it, the quality of the truck, true to the original blueprint of the classic Bronco, but modernized in such a way that it's an amazing drive and it's an amazing piece of artwork. The modern Coyote engine is just amazing application for that vehicle. It sounds great, the power is there, it's reliable. Again, it's that classic iconic vehicle with that modern edge, and it's an experience like once in a lifetime. I wouldn't tell anybody to go anywhere else but Velocity. My name is James Lees. I live in Margate, New Jersey. I was born and raised in southern New Jersey here, right along the beach. I have two children, 12 and 13 years old. In my professional life, I am a mechanical contractor. I do commercial plumbing, heating, and air conditioning on larger projects, casinos, hospitals, schools throughout southern New Jersey and even up into North Jersey. By education, I went off to college, then went to law school, and one day my dad decided, hey, come join the family business. So I've been doing what I do now for 20 years. I own the company. I enjoy it. I enjoy being home in the area. I enjoy raising my children here. And enjoy driving my Bronco here, especially this time of year when the weather's great and the beach is getting fun. I was always a Porsche guy. I've had several. I have one now. I appreciate the engineering behind them. Just the classic 911. It's just iconic. But about 10 years ago, I was starting to toy with the idea of a vintage Bronco, and did a little bit of a search and found my Bronco, my '74, in a little town called Marigold, Mississippi. Got on a plane, went down and saw it, checked it out, and drove it straight back from Mississippi to New Jersey. I was in love with that car from the day I bought it, but I started wanting something more. I started toying with the idea of, maybe updating it, or I didn't know which direction I wanted to go, but I started toying with the idea. And then I found Velocity, and I really started looking at the product that Velocity was turning out. I did my research, and it was just an amazing product that they were putting out there. And the more I looked into it, it seemed to be the right fit for what I wanted, more so than restoring my old one. I took delivery of my '75 Velocity Bronco a couple weeks back, and I have just been amazed by it. The fit and finish, the quality of everything, the way it drives, the power. It surpasses my expectations of what I thought I'd get out of a vintage Bronco. And, this time of year here at the beach, running around, it's the right car to have. In a classic Bronco, in a vintage Bronco, I was looking for reliability, comfort, the ability to drive it on the highway and take it places and go visit friends and family in it, and, A, to show off the car, but B, because of my love of driving. And, when I found the Velocity product, it checked all those boxes. It can be an everyday driver. It is reliable. It is fun to drive on the roads. It's great at highway speeds, and it's a head turner. The process with Velocity, it was amazing. Every step of the way, it was just about every week I would get progress photos and email updates, and being in New Jersey and my truck being built in Cantonment, I felt like I was there. I was a part of the process, and the way Velocity brought me into it, and my input, and asked if I had any questions. It was a fast process. It was a very cool process. It was, every week when I got the updates and the photos of the build of my Bronco, I was shocked how quickly it was going, and just to be able to see the process it was really cool. It was like being there and watching it being built myself. There were a couple other companies that I found out there across the United States that were doing similar work on Broncos, but at the end of the day, it was just the product that Velocity was turning out. It was the modern Bronco, but it had the classic feel. And I think Velocity did the best job of keeping that classic feel, but with a modern vehicle. And that's what steered me in Velocity's direction. My first impression with the fit and finish of my Velocity Bronco was, I remember the resounding thud of closing the door. You could tell it was built well. It was solid. Everything was tight. Everything was straight. The interior was immaculate. Just the finish on the dash, the finish in the interior. Visually, it was just a work of art. But little details that I appreciate, like the heaviness of the door closing, of the tailgate. It was just a well-built car from the second I touched it. My favorite feature in the vehicle is the motor. The modern Coyote engine is just amazing application for that vehicle. It sounds great, the power is there, it's reliable. Again, it's that classic, iconic vehicle with that modern edge, and it's a joy to drive, it's fun to drive. That Coyote engine is just spectacular. I guess what's unexpected was just the level of interest that the Velocity Bronco has gotten. Anywhere I go, if it's a restaurant, if it's taking my kids to a sporting event, to, just driving it down to the beach, people stop. They want to know all about it. Who built this truck? Who did the work? And, and I get to say that these guys at Velocity have just produced an amazing product. But, there is no shortage of people that just stop and stare and want to talk and want to take a look. And it makes me proud because I love my Velocity Bronco. I would say that if you were looking for, and I'm not just going to say a classic Bronco, if you're looking for any classic vehicle, there is no other place to stop than Velocity. All the guys I met were just super friendly, super helpful. The way they walked me through the process, the after delivery support I've received, do I have any questions? What's your feedback? Tell us how you're enjoying it. The quality of the truck, true to the original blueprint of the classic Bronco, but modernized in such a way that it's an amazing drive and it's an amazing piece of artwork. It's an experience like once in a lifetime. I wouldn't tell anybody to go anywhere else but Velocity.